The only way forward, if we want to stay together, is to rebuild this government pact afresh, with courage, selflessness and credibility.
Well, for more on what's to come in Italy's political crisis, we'll speak now to Seema Gupta, our correspondent in Rome. Good afternoon, Seema. So what have the reactions been thus far to Draghi's speech?
Well, we definitely saw the bond markets reacting positively to his speech. Basically, it shows that he's taking a step back from resigning, at least for now, and seeking to reconstruct a new pact within the government. Him saying very clearly in Parliament, in the Senate, that really is the only way forward. Now, Mr. Draghi sounding a bit frustrated at times when he addressed the Parliament. He was very uncompromising, calling on them, as you mentioned earlier, are you ready? Are you ready? He asked, to rebuild this pact. And he said the response shouldn't be to him, but essentially to Italians. So clearly showing that he wants to stay, but he doesn't like the current situation that he's experiencing. Now, he's the unelected 74-year-old former head of the European Central Bank. And he said he's a technocrat premier. You know, he needs the broad support of Parliament in order to move forward. So while there's been 17 months of stability as he's been dealing with the vaccination program here in Italy, economic recovery, as well as let's not forget the war in Ukraine, Italy's still dealing with high inflation, soaring energy prices, a drought as well. So really keep basically presented essentially a face-off to the leader of the Five-Star Movement, Giuseppe Conte, whose party boycotted that vote in Parliament that led to this crisis. And after his speech, we saw Conte, we understand he's meeting with his senators to discuss the way to move forward. There's also a new meeting within the right-wing conservative parties of the far-right League Party and the Forza Italia party. They had originally said that they now refuse to be part of any government involving the Five-Star Movement. So no one really wants to be responsible for causing the instability, but it's not clear whether these parties will rally behind Mr. Draghi, and it's not clear if Mr. Draghi is prepared to continue if there's going to be a smaller majority in place in terms of support for him. So we'll have to see what happens at this stage, but the different parties are now presenting their positions after listening to Mr. Draghi's speech to Parliament.
So it sounds like quite a bit, Seema, hinges on what's going to happen in the next days, if not hours, really. So what does happen next?
Well, as I said, they are going to be presenting a debate of sorts. Every single party will be talking about what he said and presenting their position. All eyes will be on what the Five-Star Movement leader says and whether that is going to lead to defections in his party. Is that party going to split as a result of their position? As well as what the League and Forza Italia are going to say. Are they going to support Mr. Draghi? Now, there will be this debate, and then later this evening, there is supposed to be a vote of confidence in Mr. Draghi, and then there will be a similar debate and vote as well in the lower house of Parliament on Thursday. But tonight's vote will be crucial because it will give us an idea of where things stand in Parliament and how they can move forward. Of course, the one person who's watching all of this very closely is President Sergio Mattarella. He will want to see where Parliament stands in all this. And if Mr. Draghi does indeed decide to resign, will he accept it? Will he turn to another technocrat leader, or will he call for snap elections? Now, most Italians, 2/3, have been polled to say that they want Mr. Draghi to continue. They want stability at least till the end of this mandate of this current Parliament, this current government, which is in the spring of 2023. So we'll have to see what happens, as you said, in the next few hours and the next couple of days.
All right, Seema Gupta, a lot of cliffhangers then riding on the next few hours. Thank you very much.